What's up, y'all? Y'all tuning in to the Missing Link podcast. I'm Big Irv, and to my left,
I'm Daniel.
and Missing Link. Missing Link is finding out what's missing in your life to make you complete, to make you whole. But understanding that to find what's missing, you have to search deep within. And it becomes an intimate walk with yourself. You have to find yourself to find out what's missing to make yourself whole. So find your missing link.
Welcome. We are trying something new with the cameras.
Man.
They look way more crispy.
Setup is dope.
Way more crispy, bro. So I guess the jump off point for today with Missing Link is we were talking about accountability, self-accountability, lack of accountability, and you can want to expound on that. You just talking about that.
So I'll just be transparent, man. I can't speak for anybody but me, and I'll say I am 41 years old. I was born April 6, 1984. And it took me 41 years to find or to realize what was missing in my life. And I hate to say that it took a loss of a loved one, but the passing of my mother put things in a perspective for me to see, one, that this time that I'm flirting with is precious. And as much as I think that I have time to do things, I don't have much time as I think that I do. And so I need to be ever so careful in how I handle the time that I do have. So it made me start to look at myself. And I had to look at things that I did not want to face because I was running from them, because these were all the things that I were afraid of. Yeah. And because I was afraid of it, I used other things to cope with those fears, to hide those fears. And there were times in my life that I were very vulnerable in relationships, and it backfired. And so now I realize that being vulnerable with somebody is, it's a beautiful thing, especially when it's handled the right way and it's not used against you. But I had to look at myself in the mirror and realize that it's not anybody. It's me.
It's me.
And the more and more I realized, as I would look at why I reacted the way I did in certain situations, even though I was provoked, I still had all the say-so in the response. Yep. So even if the scripture says be angry but sin not. So I could be angry at something that you say or something that you do, but to follow through with that whole scripture would mean that I shouldn't respond in a way that I'm going to need forgiveness, or I'm going to have to say, hey, I got beside myself. I'm sorry that I took it too personal, or whatever. However, I have to express it to you to apologize for my actions. That's the sinful part. And I think we use so many scriptures to validate certain things that we're saying, but when we don't really live these things, we can't really use them.
So wrap that into that accountability point of that.
Face yourself. Look at yourself in the mirror till you can stand yourself. Till you are not disgusted by whatever the truth you know is in your closet. Because when you can face yourself, when you face yourself, you're now not looking at anybody else.
It's inside, it's not
exterior. So it's you. So when I'm looking at me, bro, I'm not focused on what you did. I'm focused on how I respond and how I act. Too, because guess what? it ain't gonna matter about what you did.
Right.
I
It's
keep
all-
saying this at the end. You're not gonna be asked what they did. You're gonna be asked
What
how
you
did you
did.
how'd you
Yeah.
respond? How'd you react to it? Because yeah, we want to match energy, and you think because somebody get rough with you, you got to get rough back. No, that's not the case. And I'm not saying turn the other cheek and get beat up. I'm not saying that either. But I'm saying a soft answer turns away wrath. I don't have to meet you with anger to get you to understand my point. And if I really don't want to take it there, then I think that I should think about my response. And I think because it's not about you,
Right.
it's about me.
Right.
You can do whatever you want to do. You have to pay for that. But I'm not about to attach myself to your actions to make where we're both in the wrong.
Right.
I can't do it no more, man. It's not healthy.
We getting older. I mean,
It takes so much out of me to be mad, bro, than it is to walk in love and walk in forgiveness.
you gotta dang near physically try to harm me or assault me in order for me to be angry and
Yeah.
and act on that anger and display it. Because otherwise, man,
It ain't worth it,
it's
bro.
it's counterproductive to your progression as a human. It's counterproductive to the people that are around you that have been in your corner. You know what I'm saying? And just being accountable with your own actions keeps you out of a lot of situations that you might otherwise find yourself in, and it'd be very detrimental to your well-being and your future growth. And life is a lot about living and staying alive. You know,
Bruh, you know how many
I'm 38.
situations I've been in where it looked like I was the punk?
man.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I let somebody get something
Yeah.
off, and I
have it.
know in
You can
myself,
have that
like,
story, you can have it.
why they talking, I'm already imagining I beat you up in like 6 different ways.
Man,
You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not saying that I'm just some big,
tough guy.
you know, the toughest guy in the world, but at the same time, it's like,
Still a man,
bro,
baby.
I'm like, I have sat back and let people get off some stuff that I know people that wouldn't.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? That probably would escalate it too far. But I'm saying, like, man, I've been in so many situations where I look like the chump, the punk, or the person that, you know, just let it slide. And it's because it's like, bro, I know what I do when I get mad.
and that's huge.
I don't want that. Like, I got a partner, man, his brother, he's an MMA fighter. Dude was at a bar. Because he knows how to hit dude one time. Whole face wired shut. The judge thought that he hit him with something. How bad he was hit.
Hit him with the hand of God, boy.
I'm saying, so, bro, and he became a felon because of one punch. And I'm not saying that I'm as strong as he is or comparing myself, but you don't know in your feelings if you getting angry and becoming enraged and going there, the result of what you gonna do.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying like everybody, like you on a rampage to harm somebody, but you never know. You could hit somebody. It could be the softest punch in the world, but you hit him enough that he fell and hit the corner of a table. Now he's dead because he hit the corner
And
of a
that
table.
shit,
But
that-
it was your punch that made him fall and hit. So you're liable for that. So I'm not talking about your strength and how well you can beat somebody up, but I'm just saying your actions. I don't want to have to pay. I don't want my life to have to pay for my actions.
My homeboy Randy, rest in peace, man. He got into a fight with the guy while he was chilling with his baby mom and the guy, which was like her boyfriend or whatever at the time, and it's his baby mom, and he ended up getting shot. Man, they got in a fight, and dude shot him, ran, and ended up getting caught or turning himself in, one of the two. And dude's in prison now, and my friend is dead. This is one of my closest friends growing up. You know, and I want to say he was 28 when it happened, 28 or 29 when it happened. And back in 2015, I think it was 2015. And it's just, man, it's unfortunate, you know, because I know how we were coming up, hanging around and getting into, mischief and being productive too. But just like knowing how one decision with the way you react when it comes to like anger, because we deal with that a lot, I think, in the black community, and just as young men in general coming up in the world, growing up in the world, like you don't want to be a coward, you don't want to be viewed as weak or vulnerable or all these traits that I guess explain things that seem anti-masculine. So getting into a fight, sometimes it's inevitable. You can't avoid it. But the way that you react in a fight, again, can result in the loss of your life or the loss of somebody else's life. Like you said, you don't know what you're capable of. Like you might black out and wake up in handcuffs because you chose to react in a situation, where you could have walked away. And the older I get, the more I understand it. I do got friends that have been in MMA, like professionally. Some that just go to gyms and train. When I was younger, I got in a handful of fights growing up, fist fights or whatever. And, people aren't playing around. They ain't playing around. And in order for you to survive, and my friend, God bless and rest his soul, Randy, man, I miss him a lot. Every day I think about him. I'm into music heavy. Musician, produce music as well, audio recording. And that was one of the guys that I started it with. We was figuring it out together. God, he was the first person I knew personally that was on the radio and was able to rap. Like, and it just, it's and he could fight too, man. And I will say that. Like, he was little, but he could get down. And it's just important, man, to wake up. And older, again, like I said, the older I get, man, the more I realize like the reaction and holding yourself accountable to how you react, which is, it takes like consciously thinking about it sometimes. Like, man, I can really get out of my skin, out of my character, if I allow it. We wrap that into accountability. Times ain't getting no safer, and
it's not, man, bro. It's to the point you can't even be nice anymore.
Man,
like,
right?
Complimenting a woman is a problem,
right?
We
still love y'all though, ladies.
Just being,
love you.
just saying somebody's beautiful. Not even coming from a hitting on them kind of, because I'm.
What's up, my queen?
Yeah, oh yeah, you soft because you grand rising. Look, bro, we have that. You know what? I love that we have the freedom of speech and we can have our own opinion. But sometimes our opinions aren't needed, man. Sometimes we need to learn when to be quiet, bro.
Real.
You know what I'm saying? Because we have an opinion about everything. We talk about everything. Look at everybody talk about somebody. Somebody do somebody wrong. Somebody you do something you don't like. Somebody says something you didn't like. Bro, we always got an opinion about something. We a food critic. We a meteorologist. We a lawyer. Right. We all these things. We all these things, like we know what's going on. Oh, boy, you got what? Oh, man, you only looking at about 2 months. We bro, we know so much. We got so much information, but, like, when do we just be quiet sometimes?
Man.
You know what I'm saying? Because no response is a response. Yep. Respectfully, I can't say nothing. You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes, man, in this day, I find out people don't really be listening, bro. They just listen to get their point across. Right. And that's why I think, man, when you face yourself and you really start talking out your problems, bro, now you don't have to be heard anymore. You know what I'm saying? Because you can rest knowing that, hey, bro, I don't have to say nothing. Yep. Because at the end of the day, my way, I'm not saying my way is the best way, or I got the best way, or I live the best way. I know I got flaws, I'm not saying, yeah, you can point them out, and I'll adhere to what you're saying, and I'll take in consideration and check and see if that's really valid. And if it is, I'm gonna try to fix it. I'm not gonna get mad at you for pointing out something that you see wrong in me, because obviously you're gonna be a friend. You are value enough as a friend that if you see something wrong in me, yeah, if I'm slipping, let me know. I need to be held accountable, bro, because I'm attached to things.
Thank y'all for who have done that in my life.
Right, and some people, give out tough love, and I have an opinion about that, but in whatever way you give it, I understand it, and we have to now not look at so much as, because I'm real big on, it ain't what you say, it's how you say it to me. You know what I'm saying? It's on the respect.
Dad always said that.
It's on the respect level.
It's how you said it.
I know some people have the vernacular to cuss you out and not use a cuss word at all.
Man.
And I think that's some of the most intelligent things you can do, because you don't have to use vulgarity to get a point across.
Right. You can effectively.
There's a time and a place. There's a time and a place for that. Not every time calls for you to cuss somebody out. You know what I mean? Like, we really got to think about how we respond to things. Yeah, you telling the truth. I ain't saying don't tell the truth, but you ain't got to throw out jabs while you telling the truth. The truth is already gonna do enough.
I think Jamie Foxx on his stand up said something like, you give a bitchalism. Like, you gotta make them feel it. Like,
no, you ain't, man. Look, bro. Nobody likes to be found out.
Right.
So when you are found out, or when somebody points out a flaw in you, yeah, you're gonna naturally have something arise in you because you're guilty.
That's natural human response, reaction.
But that's what you have to realize it as. Not as somebody's hating on you, not as somebody is being mean to you or trying to say you a bad person or defile your character, but you have to literally take it as, hey, there's something wrong with you. And that's what you got to look at. Mm-hmm. You can't look at it as somebody hating, because how do you say you want to be better, or you want to grow, or you want to be whatever, and you want to be better than you are yesterday, if you can't take criticism? Because guess what? I don't care what you do, whatever you put your name to, whether you're at work, whether it's a hobby that you're selling something from, you putting your name on it. So,
wisdom.
Come on, man. Like, you're gonna get criticized. If you're making shirts, if you got a clothing line. And then you also have to understand, everybody ain't gonna receive what you say. Just like everybody ain't gonna like what you put out, whether it's music, whether it's clothes, whether it's food.
A podcast.
Whatever. People don't have to like it. And if they don't,
it's billions.
They have their opinion to say they don't, but bro, you can't focus on that.
Or get mad.
Or get mad because you think people don't. I ain't got what they want. I do this. Bro, it ain't saying nothing. They just don't like it.
It's not always a personal thing.
It's not.
And the older you get, the more cynical I think we can become. And look at things like, man, it's like, put ourselves in the center of that situation versus understanding that this person is completely individual on their own, and it might not have anything to do with you, but this is just how they are, and you got to allow people to be who they are. You know what I mean? As it relates to even you, because when we start to put ourselves in the center of that situation, and it could be, there are some people out here that are intentionally going at you, intentionally devising things to supplant you. Whether it's on your job, whether it's at school, whether it's in the workforce, whether it's just out in the community in public on a random Tuesday.
Man, it happens in the least of places you think.
It happens, but it's not all the time.
It's not.
But you gotta also understand, who you are as a person, and the way that you are perceived in public, the way that society perceives you personally, individually. If you understood how you're perceived by your peers, by the people that are around you, that you interact with, it'll allow you to realize why you continually get the same types of dealings with people, why they seem to give you the same type of energy consistently, because this is how they perceive you. Not everybody is going to be welcomed with open arms. You might be looked at as suspect number one for anybody's projections. You might, you know what I'm saying?
Hey, you right on, bro.
You might be looked at as, you know, somebody that's just hiding something. You might be looked at as somebody that just says the right things, but really in the end is gonna bite you. You know, all these things that people might project on you, you know, and from their mentality. But we don't always have to look at a conflict that somebody doesn't agree with me as a personal
You
thing.
don't have to. I don't, bro. We can be friends, and I don't have to agree with nothing you say.
That's real. That's real.
Or I can say, oh, he's wrong, but I can still respect you enough that you believe what you believe, and you're entitled to that. And no matter what I believe, I'm not going to impose what I believe on you, especially if we're having a conversation and I see that you're standing strong where you believe, and I'm standing strong where I believe. We just going to have to agree to disagree, and move on.
Why can't more people agree to disagree and
Bro, you
still accept the person, man, and have nothing change?
Problem. I don't know why that's a problem. Bro, I don't care what you can believe in monkeys. You can say that we came from monkeys. You can say whatever you want. It was a big bang. It's no God. I don't care what you believe. I believe what I believe.
Yep.
And it's not because of my bishop. It's not because of my daddy. It's not because of my mama. It's not because of any spiritual influence. I'm well past that. That got me in there. They were the catalyst to get me to see or get me to be awakened to what the knowledge that was being given and what I attest or agree with. They were the catalyst to get me there, but it's my own personal life that I know personal instances where I know it wasn't you, it wasn't my bishop, it wasn't my mama, it wasn't the judge, it wasn't the lawyer.
Yeah.
I knew it was God.
I
knew somebody was working in my favor, and it was somebody that not in the physical form, in the sense of that has a face that we can touch.
Yep.
So I don't care what nobody believes. You find, and you have the freedom to believe whatever you want. But all I'm saying is I'm gonna respect where you at, respect where I'm at.
Straight out.
So if we have a conversation and we get to talking about whether it's politics to religion to whatever, please respect where I stand. Now, if I see that I am skewed or I am off or I'm missing information, I am very open to receiving what you say and fact checking it and doing some research to see if it is what it is. But I'm not going to hate you because we don't agree on the same thing. I'm not going to not talk to you or think that you don't deserve to be a human and be who you are because we don't agree. Bro, would you, tell me this, would you really want to be around a whole bunch of yous?
No. Nope.
That would get old quick, bro. 30 minutes. All right, bro. Hey, I had enough.
Yep.
I need different people in my life. I was on, I think it was either Instagram Reel or Facebook. And you nowadays, bro, you don't know what's AI, what's real, if it's a real person or if it's computer generated.
Right.
But I saw something, and the dude looked to be real to me, but what he said made sense. He said, you should spend 33% of your time with people less than you. Another 33% of your time with people where you're at. And another 33% of the time with people where you want to go, or where you aspire to be. And you give an equal amount of time to those areas because the people lower than you can learn from them too. But it also keeps you humble. And lower. I'm not just necessarily meaning economic. It could be any stature. It could be of knowledge. It could be of wisdom. It could be of understanding. It could be of an array of things. But you're evenly killed in all aspects because you have insight from every aspect. What not to do, what you need to fix, and what you got to do to get to where you're trying to go. And so you have an even balance of all this information so you know how to plug in you to get to what you're trying to do and to be, but you need all those people to keep you grounded. That's what it's all about, man, being the best sound you. And whatever that is, If you are being the best you possible, then cool.
We lost touch though. The world has lost touch.
Because we
Humans
don't
have
want to
lost
face
touch.
the truth. We
Nope.
do not like the truth. Yes, we tell, and see, I hate double standards. If you
There's a
tell
lot
me
of
to
them,
tell
too.
you the truth, don't get mad when I tell you the truth.
Yeah.
You asked for it, so don't. I have a problem with people who want you to do, be, or give something they're not willing to do, be, or give themselves. You can't ask me to do nothing, be nothing, or give nothing if you ain't willing to do it yourself. That ain't a fair. That's not fair.
Yeah.
That's not fair at all. Don't ask me to love you and you can't love yourself and you can't love me, because you gotta love yourself to love me. So if you don't love yourself, I know you can't love me, so that ain't fair. Don't ask me to give you something you're not willing to give me or give yourself, because you got to be the first partaker of anything you want. You got to give it. So if you're not willing to give it, don't ask nobody for it, because that's not fair. Now you're a user, you're a taker. And you can't get mad when you get exposed, because either you fix it or you find people that's going to accept that. Because I hate to say it, there are.
That's real.
But find that person's gonna accept that. But I'm not gonna accept that. A lot of people can't handle people who are emotionally intelligent and also quick-witted in the sense of recognizing people's BS. You know what I'm saying? Like, seriously, people don't like somebody that's aware. Awareness is a big no-no today.
I mean, because they know that they can't
Dupe
they can't
you.
use you,
Yeah.
dupe you, any of the above. We gonna